And I guess that's us.
Hey,
I
everybody.
guess we are on. I guess there are some people waiting.
Yes, let's go through and say hi. We got Johnny Future.
Oh, Johnny made it.
We haven't seen you in a while because you're always at work. So we're glad you were able to make it.
Nobody's got the drinks. We don't drink.
Ray Paz, we saw that he has to leave to go do some mess
trouble
on
with
Whatnot.
some people with Whatnot.
Yeah.
Whatnot is weird.
We've never used it. I
We've
did
never
go
used it.
on the site to just look. They got a lot of stuff, but I don't understand it. It's too confusing, and I've never heard anything good about it. Hey K Munin, and we got Zom.
Is there.
Zom is in the house from Alberta. Is that John McJunkin?
John McJunkin.
Hey John, how are you doing? I'm glad to see all of you here in the room and everybody else that just that didn't comment. Hello to everyone. Hope you had a very uneventful week. And if it was eventful, hopefully the events were good. And nothing that'll stress you out and keep you up on that long.
Raccoon's here. Robert is here.
Hey Raccoon.
The
hey
people
Robert.
That have chosen to chime in as it were thus far.
And today, of course, is Free Comic Book Day.
And the 4th.
And the 4th, May 4th. Yep, I got on my shirt today. Star Wars
celebration.
So, we did all that. If y'all saw the video, we went out to Charlie's Collectibles. They had a...
Yeah, because everybody is, it's either they're going to be the 4th or it's going to be Free Comic Book Day, something or other. So, but we ended up at Charlie's Collectible Store.
Yeah, they had a event there. I don't know what it was, but no, I mean, not saying that it was a mess or nothing.
Yeah,
it was a
hodgepodge.
Yeah, hodgepodge of stuff. They had a show. It wasn't like a dedicated, because they had people, doing their little paintings and stuff. They had video games. They had comic dealers, toy dealers.
Yeah.
If you saw the video that we put out, you will see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it was fun, and it was a lot of people. I was too busy to make it to Free Comic Book today. I will be watching your haul video after the live stream. But thank you for going.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of free comics left over because I don't think it's as big as it once was as far as people going out and getting the free books.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like it to me. I don't. What do I know? But
well, we used to go to Kane County when we lived in Illinois, but we moved from Illinois a while back. So, of course, we don't go anymore.
And that's Jay there asking.
Yeah. Hey, Jay. And then we see Dama.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. So, let me see. Went to the local comic place. Sadly, did not have the 3 comics I was after.
They never have the ones you're looking for. Are you kidding? That's how it works.
See, it has a free comic. Really?
Oh, if you have a Free Comic Book Day, you submit, they can put a specific label for it. Like you can't read Free Comic Book Day at the top of your book anyways. But okay. Thank you, CGC.
I couldn't care less about Star Wars anymore.
Hey, there's only one trilogy that counts, and that's the original trilogy. That's what they said in Clerks 2. And William Randall is there.
Okay, he just posted some pictures of his haul.
I saw some of that.
Oh, you did?
And you found that Snoopy one. I didn't see one for Snoopy.
Oh, hey, Raynard. How are you? Let me start out with some good news.
Okay.
MeTV is launching a new cartoon channel. Okay. I do not know all of the details, but it will be there on June. Okay, cool. Yep. You know what we actually watched today? Because we were watching a movie, one of my favorite disaster films. And it was on Plex TV, and they have like all of Transformers. So we watched the first episode of the original Transformers cartoon. It was not that bad.
Yeah, it's just very rudimentary. It's obviously meant for a younger audience than was G.I. Joe, for example. Because you listen to their language, and it's like, the dialogue's not that great.
But it is a story there. And I remember watching it growing up, and it didn't sound like anything. Did you show? Oh, yeah, David showed me.
She saw the strawberry shortcake. And of course,
saw
people
it.
are asking about the comic book day, free comic book day stuff. We didn't really show it in the video.
Yeah, I showed some.
Mostly, I mean, everybody, I think most
Let me
of
move
this.
that like, share, and stuff so y'all can see the full thing. These are the free. I picked up nearly every one because it was free. You know, whatever they said, free comic book. So I picked it up. It was like one or two that I saw that, you know, looked interesting.
You see how she's manhandling them too,
How am I
because we need them to be pristine. Because if they're ever a first appearance, and we got to send it to CGC so that we can retire.
You don't know, because I was asking David, has any of these free comic books ever did anything? Hey, Patrick.
Occasionally, rarely, I've seen them. I've seen a free comic book day book be desirable aftermarket, as it were. Mostly not really.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
David, your beard is getting kind of curly.
Is it?
Good for a Santa side hustle.
Oh no, I don't think I'm quite that old.
Well, all you need is the long beard. That's all the kids care about, is that beard.
I'll get mad though.
Right, you don't want them kids sitting on your lap.
I'll get mad at them kids.
Zom wanted Johnny Quest, Gotcha Man, and Flash Gordon.
Oh, okay. Gotcha Man.
Oh,
you mean from Dell? Or was it Dell or Gold Key that did the original Battle of the Planets? You talking about vintage or modern? No. That's what I wonder.
Yeah, Tubi has a lot of Hanna-Barbera stuff on there, and then they so we watch Tubi a lot. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm really interested. Like I said, it was two books,
The Goon,
that I picked up that that looked interesting to me, that I would probably actually read.
Might actually read.
Yeah, no free comic book day
in Canada.
Really? They don't do that in Canada?
I don't know.
Well, that's what he was saying.
Yeah. Adventures of Paul. Yeah,
now,
okay,
this
Paul.
one right here looks interesting to me.
It's because it looks like a silhouette of Clint Eastwood. That's why.
Probably. I really like Mad Comic. Did you find that one?
I don't think we saw the Mad Magazine. Is it Mad Magazine?
No, yeah, it's a Mad Magazine, and it had Superman tearing his shirt off. If I saw that, I would have definitely got it. Sure. I didn't see that. Okay. It was probably all gone.
But yeah, this I don't know. There's plenty stacks full like this.
Yeah, they had some tons and tons stuff.
Of that. And you know, the thing also with the free comic book day thing is that those vendors are still paying for that stuff. It's not free for the vendors.
Yeah, because we went to a yard sale one time, and somebody had literally the case it comes in, full of the free comic book day, but then it had the store logo on it. So like right here, the store logo was there. Yeah. And I'm like, so they had that specially printed on. Yeah. It wasn't an after, the way it looked, we had a bunch of them. I don't know where it is. I would show you. But it didn't look like an after print. It didn't look like somebody stamped it on. Yeah. So you bought cases of these and wasn't even able to give them away. Because like I said, we got them at a yard sale.
Oh, he's saying that the three he was looking for were free comic book day issues, that they did have them. They do have free comic book day.
Oh, okay,
but those are, I guess, they're modern issues for free comic book day, and he did not see it.
Oh, if you see it in this stack, let me know, because I don't care. You can get it.
Yeah, if you ship it to him in Canada though, and you declare the value at like $1, they'll open it up, and the duty people there will decide it's actually worth like 1,000, and then they'll tax the shit out of them for it. They do weird stuff like that in Canada. Tell me that's a lie, Zom. Well, don't they do shady stuff when you get stuff shipped and tamper with declared value? I've heard a lot of people complain about that.
Oh, that sucks. What's up with that?
Canada government. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Well,
that looked like that I don't know, for some reason that reminded me of Greatest American Hero.
No, we get most through pretty quick.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool then. But yeah, these are the stuff I pick. Like I said,
That's
I picked
enough.
up every single
Battlestar
one.
Galactica.
You know, because again, it's free. What do I care?
Uh-huh.
You know, but it's some more. I know I'm not gonna bore y'all with it all, but yeah,
no.
I got everything. Well, not every one. I left a lot.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, somebody was asking about the Batman one.
Yeah, there is a Batman.
Here is the Batman.
Rebirth #1, free.
Yeah, free comic book. So
Hooray.
that is the Batman one. And that's all I think that looks
I don't know.
Pretty good, I guess. Star Wars for Star Wars Day.
The only Star Wars one we saw, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't they notice that it was going to be oh, they're doing this again?
Yeah, the Sonic.
Yeah. Archie Sonic there. But
oh, it's a Spider-Man one.
Didn't they realize that Comic Book Day was going to fall on like Star Wars Day, and it was going to be Blood Hunt, that there was going to be a conflict of interest? The covers for this series look like they're going to be amazing, actually.
Oh, this is the one. I was thinking about getting into this, and then I read something about it. But yeah, the covers look good. If I were to get into this, it'll be a straight cover buy. I would read the story. I saw a video on it, and they were telling you about the story.
Sure.
And they said, you know, how it's going to be silly, but you know, who knows?
John says an old friend of theirs from New York gifted them all their Super Sentai action figures from '75.
Oh,
wow, including the rare female pink Sentai. Plus, he sent me a box of his mint garbage pail kids cards. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a nice friend.
And Eric
is
Eric,
joining how us. Are you?
Glad you could make it today. I mean, we did because there were some comic vendors, and Chris was out there too.
Yeah.
From the One You Loved Comics, and he's pretty good. And we did pick up some comic books here and there that we actually bought. You know, we picked through the 50-cent bins.
Yeah.
50-cent bins.
Did you bring them over so we can show everybody?
Yeah. Don't you have some of yours?
I don't know what mine is. I have to go get
it. You lost them?
I think some of your freebies are from last year. Oh, okay.
That's all right. I don't care.
It don't matter. Oddly enough, I recently found out they made the Sonic the Hedgehog comics. We've been seeing that a lot.
The original Sonic the Hedgehog in comics, the first appearance is actually in the middle of a Superman comic. And I can't remember which number it is, but it's literally, it's not a first appearance, just like an appearance. It's an entire comic book. It's a double-sized Superman issue. And in the center of the Superman comic is like a 17-page second comic book in the middle that is a Sonic the Hedgehog comic, and that came out before Archie Comics was doing Sonic. So, and it's, you know, there's very little spec on it. But, you know, from the 50-cent bin, I picked up the Mephisto Versus series.
Sorry.
And these were one on each side. It came packed like this, and the condition is actually really good on these. And so they were a quarter each, you know, for the Mephisto. And then that was in there. And Omega Man number 10, which is actually the first full appearance of Lobo. 50-cent bin. And Darkman number 1. Darkman number 1, the standard comic. And I think it was a 4, right? Or 3 issues. So I grabbed that because why not? David McNichol is there. Glad you could make it. Well, that's what I pulled out of the bin anyways. I got stuff elsewhere, but it was pretty cheap, you know, otherwise. You know, because there was a $3 box also. Chamber of Darkness number 1. Batman 209. The Tiger Batman cover.
Yeah.
Giant size supervillain team up. I found out there, number 1. And Monster Frankenstein number 2. Because you just can't pass up Monster Frankenstein. Plug art. Come on. You know.
Those Brave Stars are the original one, Robert.
Oh, yeah, that's the Mattel Brave Star.
They've been talking about that Masters of the Universe movie for what 10 years now.
They've been
or
talking.
longer.
They've been talking about it since the original one came out.
Hey, Kaiser, have you ever seen you in
Kaiser
a while?
Kaiju.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
That beard, he says. They,
Oh, I never saw the movie. That's the one you were talking about
yeah,
with Liam
the first
Neeson.
one, because there's 4.
Is it?
And the villain appears in all 4 of them, even though he was killed in the first movie. But of course, Liam Neeson, you never see or hear from again.
No. I'm not gonna see it.
I never liked the first one.
I never saw any of them, so I could care less.
I'm not interested in seeing any of the other Deadpools.
Okay. Yeah, I never seen any, so let's not talk about it. Sounds like garbage.
It will never happen.
Well, they had started because they actually hired a guy that was all scrawny, and then he was eating and lifting weights and working with bodybuilders to build himself up, and then they canceled the movie on him. So I don't know. Love the supervillain team up.
Yeah, lots of Red Skull action. Red Skull's a classic villain.
So I'll show you the ones that I got.
Okay.
So all of mine basically came out of the 50 cent bin.
Dave McNichol likes the Monster Frankenstein.
Yeah, all of mine came out of the 50 cent bin.
Yeah.
Basically.
Hey, you can always go through 50-cent dollar bins and stuff like that are worth
checking out,
digging through, because you never know.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Dead Man. The original writing, but when I see the new stuff in the 50-cent and dollar bin, I'll pick them up.
Yeah.
You know, I like the Wildcats. I'm gonna start reading that. I just finished reading The Longbow Hunter with the Green Arrow. That's a really good series.
Yeah.
You know, and some books I'll get, like these new Wildcats. I'll get them because they were in the 50-cent bin, and I'll check them out, see what they're all about, you know, because they're 50 cents. So it's like, you know.
And pre DC grifter there.
Yeah.
Because DC ended up with him somehow.
Yeah, because he was in the animated Flashpoint.
Yes.
He made an appearance. And I'm like, how did he get the DC? But somehow he got DC.
Yeah.
And then the $3 book. I got this because I thought the cover was really interesting. I want to know who's that pointing the gun at dude and who killed his mother and father.
I'll get your killer, Ma and Paul.
Yeah. So to me, that was like, okay, what's going on here? You know, that's how I pick out a lot of books. Yeah. I look at the cover, and if it says something, you know, then I'll get it. Then I got this Witching Hour book. I'm getting close to finishing my Witching Hour run. There's a couple of runs I'm actually getting really close to finish. Oh, I thought I was at the bottom.
No, you were not.
Oh,
it's
I'm
okay.
There. Oh.
Kaiser says, but it's Wolverine. Big deal. Softer, gentler Wolverine, according to the description.
Yeah.
And Johnny wants Dolph Lundgren to be King Randor. Oh, God. And James is here.
Hey, James.
Thanks for joining us. And William wants a Space Ghost movie.
Oh, gosh.
And Dave McNichol wants to know if we got Khazar. That's on her radar, I think. Khazar?
I saw the Khazar number 13 with Man Thing. I thought about getting it, but then I was like, when I was looking for it hard, I didn't find it, and now I kind of don't care. And I already read it in the omnibus, so I didn't, you know, I didn't care.
Yeah.
But they did have it though. It was, somebody had it on their wall. So yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, because he was with Swamp Thing. Oh, not Swamp Thing. Man Thing.
Yeah,
right?
Man
Thing.
Yeah.
Man Thing wouldn't hurt Khazar.
No, no. They were together for about three books. You know, 3 issues or whatever. It Showcase presents Green Lantern number 22 a key.
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
No.
I'm not sure. And Johnny says he's lacking 1 issue of Cracked. Which one are you missing?
Wow. The first, 1959 and 99.
The first one? Is that the one that you're missing?
Probably.
And Custom God says he thinks it's pronounced Khazar. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You might be right. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but the because our story was pretty interesting. I like him. I liked his interaction with Man Thing, and I hated how they ended it because it was some stories that they were kind of building on that they just kind of left. And you thought, well, are you gonna come back to it? And then they never came back.
Yeah.
I said this in the last live stream. There was no reason to turn Wolverine soft. It's like they'll stop at nothing to ruin established characters. That's how I feel. That's why, and sometimes with comic books, that's why I don't get really into the new stuff, because when you look at it in the original form, you're like, this is not the same person. This is not the same character.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not into Spider-Man. I was introduced to the modern Spider-Man and I didn't like him. But then when I read him, read some stories with
the
him,
Silver Age stuff,
yeah, I'm like, that's not the same guy. It's not that. So, but I'm not gonna say which issue I don't want to invite competition.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Raynard wants to know if we have any comics from the 40s. We do, not handy.
Yeah, it's not handy, but we do have
some Golden Age stuff like that.
Yeah, it's mainly like the true comics, those the true crime ones, and some romance. And war ones. A couple of war ones, and I think one Batman.
Yeah.
Disney has unfortunately found a way to
ruin franchises.
DC, how did they ruin DC?
DC, Marvel, and Star Wars. Well, DC's Warner Brothers.
I know,
but they're not doing any better. Maybe that's what they're suggesting.
I guess so.
And I've said it before. The problem is that they view it as a franchise. That's the problem, because if you look at something only in terms of franchise, you only see the potential monetary value of it, and it completely is off your radar what it was that made it a cultural phenomenon in the first place. Because all of those franchises, whatever they are, Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever you're looking at, those are big ones. Indiana Jones. What was it at the time that it came out? The Simpsons were a cultural phenomenon for their time.
Yeah.
What was it that encapsulated everybody, that captured their attention, that made them so desire it so much that it lasted for generations? There are people from their childhood, they still desire it. Hey, Arkham Comics is here.
Hey, how are
you? Glad you could join us today.
Has a great channel. If you haven't seen it, he does a lot of comic book reviews and his recent pickups, and sometimes he even ran about CGC. Yeah. His rants are
he had a little bit of issue with CGC, but
a big issue with CGC. But he's good, and he's been on the show before.
We've had him in a collaboration before.
Yeah. So check out his channel.
But they're looking at it in terms of, instead of sitting there and saying what made this so important to everyone that they were enthralled by it, they sit there and say, wow, look at all the money it made, let's try to do that again. And that's the wrong way to approach it. And I've used Star Trek The Wrath of Khan as an example, because the chief writer on The Wrath of Khan didn't really know anything about Star Trek, so he went because he wanted to do the audience service, watched every episode of the original series to get a feel for it. What can I pick out of here that people would really love? What's a great story here? And he really liked the one with Khan, with Ricardo Montalban. Well, gee, what's Ricardo Montalban doing these days? Can we get him back? I bet I could expand on this. And then you had Wrath of Khan. It's the best Star Trek film ever done because the writer did it right. He cared. They don't care now. Yeah. It's like, how much money can I make off this? How big is my check going to be? And you put out garbage. Yeah. It doesn't look good. It doesn't sound good. The actors are bland. The writing is bland. And people are dissatisfied.
Yeah, we saw your comment on a Dragon Walker that you hope they make one with batteries in it. Yeah, we did see that. But not only that, they write their movies and TV shows geared to an audience that don't watch it.
That's true too.
And then the same with the comic books. They writing and drawing comic books for an audience that don't read it.
And thinking they're going to draw people in.
Yeah.
And it's like these people, these fringe minorities you're pandering to, don't care about you.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. So it's like you're going to throw all of your money, flush it down the toilet for a group of people that don't want your stuff nowhere.
Yeah, they don't support you. They won't. Arkham says, thanks for the shout out, and I was right about CGC.
You called it.
There were some things that he pointed out that are true.
Especially when he got, excuse me, he bought the CGC
the guide.
Grading guide and did like a review or a walkthrough of it. And I do appreciate when he does the grading. I like channels that do grading, and they'll take a book and show you, okay, based on what the book says. What's the name of that book? The grading book?
Oh, the Overstreet.
Overstreet.
Yeah.
This is what, and if you see a tear here, 5 ticks there, you should get this grade. And it's really helpful, because some people, they'll just look at the book, oh yeah, this is a 9.8 all day, and then they get it back from CGC. I don't understand, why did I get a 9? Oh yeah, there's a tick like here, there's a tick there. It's like
there's a million videos on because they act like they're all excited until they start pulling slabs out of the box, and they're like, I don't understand. And then of course it's got to be a mystery, so they get some other family member to put like
tape
or
sticky notes.
Yeah, sticky notes over the thing. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute, why is this an 8.5? I swear this is a 9.4. What's wrong with this? It is staring at it. It's like, dude. Graham says the Space Seed. Yes, that was the name of the episode with Khan, with the Botany Bay was the name of the ship, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And Space Seed was the name of the episode.
Okay.
And the writer, it really did something for him, and he was like, you know what, I can expand this. A modern example, and I brought this up before, would be Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
It was done right.
Mm-hmm.
They looked back at the history of it, and they even looked at all the things that fans have said over the years, like it was all Danny's fault the whole damn time. And it was that he instigated issues in all 3 of those films.
Mm-hmm.
And they played off of that, and they brought everybody back, everyone they could get their hands on, to make an appearance or to be part of the show. People loved that. They loved it. It feels like they really are picking it up 20 years later, or whatever.
No, we haven't seen that video, but we've seen a lot of videos about that one book that got a 9.9 that everybody's freaking out about.
Everybody's going nuts.
Giant X-Men,
giant size X-Men #1.
Yeah.
It's one book. Slow down and just wait and see what happens. If you can't predict, don't predict.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fan of grading, so I could care less. Whatever.
I do it sometimes.
You grade your book. I don't spend people money. You want to grade your book? Grade your book. That's you. If that's what make you feel good, that's your money. Do what you want to do. I don't grade. So, but I do understand. It's like, how did this book get a 9.9? Now it's going to push the price of everything else down, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, but I don't know if you should get all bent up.
I think that one's up your alley there, Arkham. I think you could go for that one.
Yeah.
And this one was a $3 bin pick.
Thank you for the great content. Lots of love from Amsterdam.
Hey.
So cool to see your collection videos and your passion for collection.
Well, we love what we do, and that's why we share. We
Korea going 6 seasons plus. Good point.
Oh, is it on 6? Yeah.
Wow. Because they were supposed to stop. We lost track.
I think we only saw the 4th one. They only planned on doing a couple, but people are loving it so much.
Yeah.
But that's why they really did follow through, and they forced Danny to come to terms with, okay, you know what? That was my fault.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Because they were both wrong. Both of the kids were wrong, but Danny acts like he was on such a pedestal.
I'm meant to be wrong. They are. I mean, people do what people do.
Yeah.
But And it is a point that I've made about comics before. Comics and movies and comics and TV shows. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Johnny. Johnny made a donation to the channel, to our cat fund.
There's a lot of material out there. The material has already been written.
You had like almost a century's worth of raw material.
All you got to do is make a movie based on the one book. You want to do a movie about wildcats? You don't know what to do? Grab a comic.
Yeah.
If you only got one, and write that story, just fluff it up a little bit so it can be an hour and a half if you want it to be an hour and a half.
You could take what they already did and just spread it out, because the cartoon show Wildcats, it's too fast in my opinion.
Yeah, it was
it's
not fast.
Not a bad show, but they could have doubled the number of episodes to make it make more sense.
Yeah.
And Brad is here from Australia.
Hey, Brad.
He says, "What a gorgeous
down under.
What a gorgeous collecting couple. Much love." Thank you.
Thank you so much. But I mean, the material is there. The people are there, and that's what really bothers me. Because you want Black women. You got Black women in comics. You want Asians. You want Hispanics. You want this and that. They're already there. You just got to read the book to find out. Okay, where are they? Who are they? Let me go pick them up. I don't have to race swap or gender swap or do any of these things because the people already exist.
Yeah,
you're just so sorry and lazy you don't want to go read it. But you can have your little assistant that you overpay. Hey, go read and find out. You can even do a Google search.
Or your interns that are working for free anyways. And then they can do it.
Okay, David's going to open up a YouTube channel. What you going to be talking about?
Okay, in the future.
In the future. But still, you got to have an idea of what you're going to be talking about.
Yes, you have to have an idea.
But that'll be cool. But no, my thing is, they want to do these movies and race swap everybody and gender swap everybody.
Or spoon feed agendas into it that people don't want to see because it doesn't fit what's going on.
But it's like what we said earlier. They catering or pandering to a group of people that don't watch your stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get this climate change, and to placate to the science moms who are all men. So what are you talking about?
Science Moms is run by a panel of men who are advertising experts and also used to, I forget what they used to do, but they're part of the Democratic Party associated with the Obama administration.
Okay, that's enough of that.
I just wanted to emphasize, since you brought it up.
We all do collect. Okay, well, great.
There you go.
Then you can show off your collection and we can see it.
Yeah, but we have varying tastes, and of course, the two of us like a lot of things. We have hobbies in. Our hobbies are very similar.
Yeah,
we both collect toys and action figures. We both like vinyl records. We both like comic books. So it works out really great. And that's true. Yeah, Johnny says grading is spilled over into game cartridges and VHS tapes, and vinyl records are being slabbed. He says he shakes his head at how much these things sell for, like comics games are meant to be played and enjoyed. Yeah, video games are being slabbed. All this stuff is being slabbed.
I can see a vintage comic book like the first Superman, the first Wonder Woman, the first Batman.
Yeah, you want to try to protect it.
Right, because it's only a handful out there. But if you got a book, Spider-Man 300, it's like 1 million of them. Why do you need to grade everyone?
It's overrated. I did a list of some of you might remember, it was like maybe a year ago. I did a list of the top 10 most overrated comics that they're out there. You can find them. You got to find them. Yeah, we love our vinyl. We have like God knows how many vinyl records.
I don't know.
But they like Spider-Man 300 is one of them. Look up Spider-Man 300 on eBay and see. I bet you there's like 5,000-6,000 of them for sale. Or Hulk 181. I bet you there's like 2,000 of them for sale on eBay. Just off the top of my head.
But again, I think if it's a rare one, again, like the first Superman Action Comics number 1. Action Comics number 1. Okay, yeah, I can see that being graded.
I got your vinyl record to be graded right here. This is the vinyl record
God.
that needs to be graded.
Graham Randall has a Hot Wheels car with Snoopy on the top.
That's cool. Modern or vintage? Sesame Street Fever.
Mostly greed.
Deserves to be encapsulated for eternity. This is awesome. I picked this up at the Atlanta vinyl record and CD show the last weekend. I like how they have Grover impersonating John Travolta here. And William says he got the Monkees' greatest hits. Yeah, excellent. The thing that I never realized about this album, though, is that it was actually produced by the Gibbs.
Yeah.
And Sesame Street Fever and Trash were actually sung by Robin Gibb from the Bee Gees. So I was like, okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you, Daniel. The golden ones, because you can barely find them. Some of them because they were destroyed. It's hard to find. So yeah, I would grade those, but
yeah, that's what I mean.
Not the common stuff that came out last month.
Yeah. And Spike says
the person signed Comic Slab.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause then you can get two, and then you have one. I have a shirt of that.
Really?
Really?
That's cool.
That's cool.
And William says Snoop. Oh, the new release from Hot Wheels.
Admire.
Okay. And Good Shot had that album. Come on. Well, the Sesame Street back in the 70s and even in the 80s, they produced a lot of vinyl records.
Yeah. Yeah.
David McNichol says that's in great shape. I got one here that's great shape. This one.
Wow, 36,000 are graded. How many of them are 9.8? 30,000.
Oh yeah, he means on the census. It's
I know.
36,000.
36 on the census. 30,000 is 9.8.
And there you are. Or another one that I had on that list was Secret Wars number 8. You can find thousands of them for sale on eBay. They're at every show you go to. The dealers have them, but they mark it way up.
But I think a lot of people are getting kind of worried now because now CGC has a 9.9 pre-screen, because you can send your books in for the pre-screen, and there used to be a 9.8 pre-screen. Now you can do a 9.9 pre-screen.
Yeah, and
that makes people nervous.
Unless it's a modern book, you'll never get it back. Graham says slab the Star Wars sheets. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Johnny says that he's gonna sell the graded page from
he has a page from Action.
Yeah, he's gonna sell it. He want to see what it's worth.
And artist Jesse Say Watt says, "Happy Saturday! Glad you could make it."
Now check Planet Comics 36 early Good Girl cover. What is on it?
Yeah, what is it, like 11? I mean, something. I off the top of my head, just guessing, because you won't find them. You won't find them. People don't realize during obviously Arkham knows this.
Yeah.
But
1,500
and 88. Probably talking about
the 300, because we were talking about
ASM 300.
Yeah, Spider-Man
Blue Label graded.
9.8, 1,500.
That during the Seduction of the Innocent trials, people were burning comics. So a lot of that Golden Age stuff and Platinum Age stuff, it's hard to find.
It's very hard. Rare comics you can find pretty easily. That's true.
Yeah.
Because everything on eBay is rare. A Funko Pop, rare.
Everything's rare. Everything's vintage.
Yeah, everything's vintage. Everything is rare. And it's like, no, it's not. Because on the top, it says 90,000. It's not rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People got mad at me for that video when I did it. And they were like, you don't seem to understand about supply and demand. Yeah, I understand. I understand this 50,000 of them out there, and it's marked up because the character's popular, but they're not rare. That's what I understand, and that's what I was talking about. No, don't do
Create
that.
your own. No, but that is my point.
Do.
Create your own. If you want those characters, if you want to do something for a group of people, make a character for that person, for that group of people. Don't take established characters and say, okay, Batman never killed anybody. He was always a rich white guy. And now he's gonna be black, he's gonna be gay, and he's gonna be a serial killer.
Yeah, with a motorized wheelchair.
Yeah, it's not the Batman we know and love.
But the reason is that the reason they don't do that is because it's been tried and nobody buys it.
Yeah, so if nobody's gonna buy it when you make up somebody, why you think they're gonna buy it if you take an established character?
Yeah.
All you're gonna do is piss people off.
Yeah, or people will buy it on spec. That's really why.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. David, have you seen the exercise with Big Bird? Yeah, I think we actually have.
I don't know if we have the poster though. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if some of them came with stuff like that, or they came with like
the record
photos
I have
inside
the poster,
things.
Though. Oh, I don't have the poster. Oh, okay. Go ahead, show you.
Here's the next one that needs to be graded right here. Battlestar Galactica soundtrack from 1978. Look at that artwork. That makes you think Battlestar Galactica, doesn't it?
No, because that lady wasn't on there and they didn't dress like that.
It's a wraparound cover. This is sealed. Mm-hmm. This one is sealed. That's why it's got to be graded. Yeah. Preserve it for eternity. And does anyone else think that this looks like Linda Carter?
No.
I think it looks like Linda Carter. I want opinions on I'm not saying she posed for it, but I think that somebody kind of said, "Hey, I can't think of a face. Let me just make this look like Linda Carter."
Yes, makes me think heavy metal.
Yeah.
That's what that looked like.
Yeah.
Heavy metal.
But it's the Battlestar Galactica soundtrack.
Cam Munin says, seem like every video he sees the Secret War #8, graded and raw. Uh-huh. It's been harder for me to even find a regular Nightwing comic.
Oh no.
They give into that's what it's all about. It's like giving in and you alienating the core audience. We all know that because we're all that core audience that love the old stuff, what they created in the beginning.
Yes.
And now I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And Johnny Future says he has that one too.
Oh wow. And it's sealed.
Yep. Get it graded before it's too late. And David says modern comics need to hit Dr. Killamoff's landfill.
Oh.
There you go. Dr. Killam. That was a fun show.
Yes.
The Toxic Crusaders, the cartoon, not the movie.
Yeah, that movie, we didn't get far when they ran that boy over with the car. That was just a little bit too much.
She stopped right there. She couldn't do it.
And Commander Adama.
No, because that's a bootleg is why.
Oh, is it?
Yep. That's a bootleg. You're going to have to click some of it. Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
And Munin says, who's Linda Carter? Linda Carter is the 70s Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. We're watching that right now. It is funny. So cheesy. They're digging up all the ET games out of the landfill and getting them graded.
Atari denied that for decades, that they had buried the rest of those. But somebody found them. Somebody found them.
Something else we got this in the mail.
Oh, yeah. She's into the Wildcats figures from Playmates now.
Yeah. I have the comics. We watched the show. And now I'm into the action figures.
Good artwork on the cards. That's Jim Lee's art.
Yeah, because he did the comic book. And I have the comic book, so I'll read that after I'm finished with Green Arrow. Because like I said, I just finished reading The Longbow Hunter. And that was actually a really good story. I think it stopped a little bit too quick. It seemed like they didn't finish it. It only had three issues.
The miniseries, yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm going to read the one before that.
And this is one of those lines from the 90s. Like, remember, some of you might remember the video I did. This is one of those toy lines, still very affordable.
Hey, Kentucky Mud. We haven't seen you in a while. How you been? How's Mama? Hope she's doing fine. What are you guys up to today? Just came back from
Charlie's Collectible Store.
Yeah, we did some of that today.
Comic book day. And Dave McNichol wants to know if we saw the Dick Tracy cartoon from the 60s. We have seen it. Yeah. Very childish, very rudimentary.
Yeah, didn't care for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the Flash Gordon from the 70s that had that like kind of a adult nature theme.
Yeah, because it looked exactly like watching 40s movie serials. So the original
Hey,
Flash Gordon
Stone Sour,
cartoon.
thank you.
Oh, thank you, Stone Sour.
We really appreciate it.
Donation for the cat fund.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course, many of you know we take care of a lot of strays.
Why are they?
They were. It's a decent figure line, and it's part of. It's one of those figure lines that again, it hasn't really jumped off. Especially '90s ones. The franchises haven't kicked off yet, but they're starting to pick up steam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they went back to the Ninja Turtles, those childish looking ones. I agree. They do look kind of, I don't know, like you said, kind of childish instead of what they were doing before.
Yeah. And Kentucky's been all right. Mystery box. Oh, really?
Oh,
You're sending
wow.
us a mystery box?
Thank
Thank you.
We truly appreciate
Yeah, we
that.
do.
I like the big green and purple
Mall,
dude.
right?
I think so.
Is it Mall?
have Mall.
And he gets big, but the bigger he gets, the dumber he is. Basically. Arkham says he loved to wait till your father gets home. If you remember that cartoon, wait till your father. That sounds familiar.
I don't. It seemed like that was a live action. I don't. That name sounds familiar, but I thought it was something like live action. But I guess not. And maybe I'm thinking of something else. Hey, Reston, how are you?
Yeah, Reston's here. And what was he saying? Eric says there's going to be a Cobra Kai season 6 with 3 parts, 2 this year and 1 next year.
They're doing that split thing. They did that with Invincible. I don't like it. Why don't you just show all at one time?
I don't know.
Get it over with.
I like the way it used to be done anyways, which is why we watch TV that way. When a season had 26 episodes and there was 1 a week.
Yeah. Johnny was saying that. Go ahead, tell us.
6 different box sets. Johnny picked up box sets of old vintage TV shows at Walmart. They're getting a lot of that stuff in the last few years.
Because that's what people want to see, and it should tell you something. If those old TV shows are doing better than this modern garbage that you're putting out, it should tell you, okay, why are people wanting to see these old shows stuff. 30, 40, 50 years old? Why they don't want to see this new stuff? Because the new stuff is garbage.
Plus it you don't get enough of it either.
Mm-hmm.
I like Miami Vice. Miami Vice will give you like 26, 28 episodes a season, not 5. Okay.
8 episodes.
5 or 6 episodes. And then the majority of the shows are good.
Yeah.
Not, okay, well, the first 3 episodes weren't good, but then the next 2 were good, and the last episode was bad. Okay, so 4 out of 6 of the episodes were bad, then it was a bad show. I don't care if 2 were okay, and that's the problem.
Daniel says Tom Bosley voiced the father in Wait Till Your Dad.
Yeah, I want to sound familiar, but I don't remember everything. He got
the figures.
Do you have the blank? That's the tough one. The rest of them are real. You could really affordable, except for the blank.
Or Lionel Train. No.
The one train I would like to get, because I had it as a kid, was the mail order Tony the Tiger train from Kellogg's. They had one that you could order off of the back of the cereal box, and I think it was like 1976 or 1977.
Extreme Dinosaurs.
And I would like to find that again.
I don't think I know Extreme Dinosaurs. Is that a cartoon? Some figure lines from the 90s are ahead of their time.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's still a good time to buy some of those figures from the 90s because they're just starting to creep up, but you can still find a lot. Like these figures, I bought them in a lot.
Yeah.
And they were on auction. I was the only one that bought them. They were going. I actually bought 3 lots. This is one of the 3, and they were all for under $20, and I was the only one that bid. So I mean, this one has 4, another one has 4, and one had 5, and they should come in on Monday. So I mean, they're still fairly cheap. So if you're looking for that stuff and you want to beef up your vintage collection, now is the time, because if you wait, people are going to start catching on. Rocky, Bullwinkle, Get Smart, F-Troop,
Scooby-Doo,
Man from Uncle Andy Griffith.
Those are the ones that he got. Rocky
Oh,
and Bullwinkle is fun, and there's a lot of adult innuendo in it,
oh yes.
and especially when they start talking about paying taxes. They pick on the tax man a lot.
Yeah.
Reston
Yeah.
says, "Happy Free Comic Book Day." Indeed.
Beginning of 112, 1/6 scale line. Oh, into 112 now?
Really? Oh, is that? I heard that, but I haven't seen anything.
Oh, I thought that was a misprint, and
Yeah,
somebody said 112, but meant to say 1/6.
1/6.
Oh wow, okay, wow. If you
It,
want good modern
yeah,
programs, it's
it's all
called
anime.
Kid
Yeah.
Munin is a big fan of anime. It's a guy at work. Um, he's big into anime. He knows I watch some and I read comics, but I don't watch all anime. But now we got another guy that's big into anime, so they talk about that all day. I'm kind of glad because I'm like, look, I watch anime, but not all like that.
Hmm.
I just watch whatever looks good on the picture.
And I watch the anime I watch is from back when they used to call it Japanimation.
Mm.
Just show you how old I am. But like Star Blazers, which to me is one of the best animes ever done. I love that show. 'Cause we're watching.
Lobotomy patients.
Yeah, he said John McJunkin is pointing out that old cartoons were made by intelligent creators and directors. Yeah,
Yeah, now they're all lobotomy
Extreme
patients.
Dinosaurs. That sounds familiar. I don't know how well I remember that though.
Hmm.
And
Some guy online made a real big snake mountain from
for
for
the
the Mondo
Mondo
mess.
Masters of the Universe.
It's a guy online. He did the Castle Grayskull for his son's bedroom.
Yeah,
So if
child size.
yeah, and his son can get in it, and then on the inside the door opens, and on the inside is the at the top is the bed, but it has like all the controls, and he showed step by step how he made it. And then he made something outside. I can't remember what play set he made, but he made that for the son to go outside. But the Castle Grayskull is in the bedroom. So when you walk in the room, all you see is this big old Castle
Yeah,
Grayskull.
like this, like 7 foot tall Castle Grayskull.
Yeah. And the boy can open the door, and he made the sword, and you put it in the lock and it opens
Yeah.
the door, and he can get in there, and the bed is in there.
Hopefully, he actually likes Masters of the Universe.
Yeah. Because
That's
and it's true, some parents live vicariously through their kids' life.
true.
But this is what I would have wanted when I was a
Yeah.
kid. So I'm gonna give it to my kid. And then the boys sit there like, Dad, what the heck is this? What is a
Yeah,
Castle Grayskull?
I love He-Man, Dad. Sure.
Even though I never seen one episode.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, but it looked good, and I
He
did
does. He
watch
did a good
it.
job.
I didn't watch every episode, but I watched like the major ones when he did like major things, because I think he did step by step of how he built it and how what the progress was going on. And then I watched the final one, and it was really impressive.
Yeah.
And it looked good. He painted it up nice and everything. I'm like, wow, that's good. Target's used to sell box sets, but I haven't seen them in a long time. Only place now is Walmart.
Yeah, because they're trying to
Yeah.
phase out that physical media, so you got to watch out.
Yeah.
Best
When
Buy.
I'm looking for box sets, I just go on eBay or Amazon. Amazon is real good for box sets.
Yeah.
And it's super cheap. Or like around here, I know they have what's the name of that place? Book Nook. And they have a big CD, DVD, and vinyl record section. And I bought some box sets from there, some animation when I was big doing the Batman animation stuff or the DC.
Yeah.
I got a lot from there and a lot on Amazon. I mean, eBay.
Yes.
No Mondo is going to get ship cracking even more.
If they're not careful, they'll end up like another Super 7
Yeah.
and stall. Well, they're again, remember, they're owned by Funko now. So that's why you're seeing so much heated production coming out of Mondo in the last year.
Attack on Titan's a try. Okay. If it's on Tubi, I watch all my anime on Tubi. Well, yeah, mostly on Tubi, or if it's on some other platform, Like Amazon sometimes have them. But yeah, we watch like whatever's on Tubi basically. David, you've been pretty much on the ball with your points on Mondo being owned by Funko and getting that product
Yeah,
cranked
because that
out
was
so
my
fast.
prediction. I was like, you're going to have QC issues, and you're going to have, they're going to start really overproducing stuff. And they went from making like 3, 4 figures a year to like dozens. It's like you can't keep up, and that stuff's expensive.
Yeah.
John says every TV show and or character back then were made for sheer entertainment. Nowadays, everything is only about money, not creativity. Well, but I wouldn't say so much about money because those cartoon shows were to sell product, but they're trying to push an agenda now as
Yeah.
opposed to just telling a story. Okay, let's tell a story about Brave Star so people will buy the toys. Let's make it interesting. They're like,
Hmm.
oh, how can we tell people about the environment and this and that? And it's like, no,
Through Brave Star.
yeah, why don't you just put out a good show?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why they had Captain Planet.
That's what Just Jeff is saying here, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, a Raw was made to make money, sure.
Yeah, all of them were made basically just to sell a toy. They like,
Yeah.
oh, we got this toy. Okay, well now we need a comic book and a TV show, a cartoon, so we can sell this toy.
And
then
sometimes it was good,
Mhm.
and sometimes it was terrible. Brave Star was a really good show.
Yeah, it was.
Inhumanoids, where is it? Inhumanoids, not so much.
No.
Inhumanoids was a really interesting concept, but 5 episodes, man, they plowed through it. You could have got 20 episodes out of what they crammed into 5. It's like, Jesus, slow down.
What was bad? Swamp Thing was
God,
awful.
yeah.
The Swamp Thing cartoon, the
5
toy
episodes.
is great.
Yeah.
But the cartoon, awful. I think we only watched the first one. I don't think we even watched all 5.
Couldn't get through it. But again, that was like they could have done some good writing. They just put a show out, and it's like it just wasn't good enough. It was terrible.
The complete series of Red Green Show. What is that?
Red Green. I think it was a Canadian show, and they used to play it on PBS, right? Comedy show.
And there was no Masters of the Universe at all.
It's because they clearanced it all out. It's been on clearance for weeks.
Oh wow! Hot Wheels, I have probably around 1,000.
Really?
Whoa!
So you could fill a space about this big. I've seen
somebody. Who was it? Was it David talking earlier about Hot Wheels and asking if we were going to get into Hot Wheels?
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. That like I wanted the old Tony the Tiger Train set because I had it when I was a kid. I could never get the damn thing to work, but I had it.
$8 Funko Pops transform into $200 plus Mondo figures.
Try 3. With tax and shipping, you could have paid $250, $300 a piece for them or better. Especially that Lionel with all the accessories it's going to have. It's going to be expensive. And Munin says, went to Best Buy. The place looked miserable, and so did most of the employees.
Yeah.
Wanted to buy an Itachi statue, but the box was so mangled it fell apart in my hand.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Yeah, and they did away with all their physical media. Best Buy.
Yeah, they did away with that a while back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even go to Best Buy. I mean, now you got to make an appointment to talk to somebody.
Yeah, even if you walk around in the store, yeah, you can't just ask an employee something.
Yeah, you got to make an appointment.
Crap is this?
Yeah, and it's like,
call you.
I'm right here. No, you got to make an appointment and we'll call you. So then you got to stand around and wait for 5 minutes just to say, do you have any more of these?
And then the guy standing 10 feet away from you calls you on your cell phone. It's like jackass. It's such a stupid system.
It is, and I'm about to say I can understand it during when the virus was, but that's over with now. You don't have to do that anymore.
You didn't have to do that then, but that's another story.
They're all in containers to keep them minty.
They're stacked in a tote. I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you, Kentucky. Because I've seen some pretty nice displays with Hot Wheels cars.
Yeah.
I have, actually. John wants to know whether creative people like Rod Serling, Alfred Hitchcock, Stephen J. Kennel, Aaron Spelling, Douglas Kramer, Sid and Marty Krofft.
In the grave.
Suppressed.
In the grave.
Yeah. They don't want to hear from them.
No.
Because if they have an idea, if they're true to their idea, they don't want it compromised with agenda stuff.
Yeah. They're not Rod Serling and all those people you named weren't sellouts.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you come and you got a decent story. Oh, well, this is really nice, but we just need to edit it. Let me get it for a while and see it. Then the editors get it and then chop it and change some
Cutting
things.
room floor.
And then it's like, this isn't the story. Well, we just did a couple of things to modernize it.
That's the whole deal with Roald Dahl and the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie, which was a good film. But Roald Dahl didn't like it because they changed too much, and he refused to ever let them do part two, which was scheduled. And he's like, no, you know what? You're not getting shit because I don't like what you did. And he would fight with people. He'd yell and scream and cuss and throw a fit, Roald Dahl. He wasn't fooling around.
Yeah, they did go downhill.
Or like Jerry Anderson, Space 1999. When the year 1999 was coming around, a lot of like producers pushed on the Anderson family because they wanted to do a Space 1999 movie that year, and the family was like, "You're not touching it."
Good for them.
You will never do it the way Jerry Anderson would want it done. So they have stood fast on that. They still stand very firm on their family's creations.
Because those other families, soon as Daddy closed his eyes, they were signing the papers. Yeah, Disney, you can have it.
Yeah, look what happened to the Muppets.
The Muppets, Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss was, they
that
sold
family
out.
Couldn't wait. They were like, pull the plug so we can sign this stuff off. It's a shame your parents work hard for you to have something and build a legacy, build a name, a reputation, and then you sell it off and then go and do God knows what, while their legacy is just being poured down the drain.
Oh, Hagar the Horrible, for those of you who remember from the comic strips when they used to have newspapers.
Oh, really?
Eric says Masters of the Universe laser tag somewhere. That's interesting.
Wow, I never even seen that.
The guy who used to draw Hagar the Horrible trained all of his kids to do his exact style, so that when he was done, they could pick it up, and they did. They could do his exact comic strip style.
Kimmy, you said.
That's how you have a restaurant. I sit here like this,
yeah,
and she's right across, and then we're actually texting each other and not talking in the restaurant. No, that never happens.
I was at an outdoor concert.
Oh no!
And it was in between sets, and it was outdoor. Everybody's just sitting around. I'm sitting there, and it's this woman. It's kind of like going downhill, and I'm sitting, and she's sitting on the ground, and I was in a chair, and she's texting. And then the guy beside me is texting, and they're looking at each other all mad, and then texting some more. And they're texting each other. They were husband and wife texting each other. And I'm thinking, y'all are literally in arm's reach of each other. Why aren't you just talking?
Because they're mad. No, when we go somewhere, our phones go away.
Thank you, T. Stewart.
Oh, T. Stewart is here.
We really appreciate it.
Thanks for the channel donation. Always appreciated.
I have UFO metal lunch for him. Ooh.
No, shame, Johnny, shame.
Why?
Take those periods out. It's UFO.
Oh, it's not.
Jerry
not
Anderson pronounced it UFO
okay.
on the show. It was not UFO. It was
two of the
UFO.
Best Muppets. That wasn't that the two old guys
the
hecklers.
Theater? The hecklers.
Yeah.
Yes. The hecklers. One of my favorites was when, I can't think of his name. It was a professional comedian that was on the show, one of the old school ones, and they heckled him on stage.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, because the old Muppet Show was fantastic. I loved that show.
I didn't know how funny that show was until I was working at the day center, and the one guy, I had put it on for him one day because we had one.
We used to work at a mental health facility.
Yeah, and he liked shows like that. And I just put it on. Didn't think nothing of it. And then I was listening to it. And I'm like, what is that? And I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So he would sit there and I would turn it up so I could hear it. It was funny. And I never realized how funny that show was.
Well, it was written for adults.
Yeah.
It wasn't a kid's show. Kids could watch it, and some of the stuff that was more adult themed would go over their heads because that's how it was written. But it was primarily for adults. Yeah, Johnny, I'm just picking on you, Johnny. He says, yeah, that's right. It's UFO. but and who is this more?
Yeah, these people had grandchildren and stuff that were capable of
Johnny
continuing.
Hart, Mort Walker.
But that's if you raise your kids up to appreciate.
Oh, Johnny, you got to go sit in the corner now.
Oh,
Yeah, get the stool and face the wall. Face the wall.
But some people raise their kids up to appreciate.
Yeah.
And they understand where their source comes from, where the money, where the stuff that we have, how does that come in? It comes in through this comic strip. So they learn to appreciate it. Yeah. Others, they don't have anything to do with it.
Get it.
They're
they
just
don't care.
greedy.
Write me a check.
Yep. And they don't appreciate nothing. So when the person died, it was like, oh man, I can be richer than ever now because daddy dead.
Now I can spend my money the way I want. Yeah, let me sell this out. Let me sell the catalog. And then, or like Kiss just sold their catalog recently. Don't any of you guys have any kids? I'm sure you do. You brag that you slept with 10,000 women in your book. You got to have a kid somewhere that you could pass that legacy on. Nope, it's all over. I get, or part of that could be because they're so embarrassed that they've been exposed now. And what I'm talking about is in their concerts, it's a complete mime act. They're not even playing the instruments. No. They're not singing or even playing the instruments.
They're singing to a backing. Well, they're lip syncing to a. Yeah,
they're lip syncing, but even the music is faked, and they've been called on it, and so their last tour is their last tour finally, and they turned around and sold the catalog for $300 million, and I'm like, that catalog is a legacy of a career that spanned decades. I guess it doesn't mean that much after all. What are you going to say? What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Munin says that seems like people have forgotten how to communicate. Maybe they should be teaching this in schools. No. If it's taught in public school, they'll mess it up.
Are you guys into Police Academy cartoon figures?
No, I don't have any.
You got Emergency Academy and stuff.
I have that's Emergency from LJN, not Police Academy. I was never into that. I was never into the Police Academy cartoon or anything like that. Oh no, John. Johnny got in a lot of trouble in school, I guess.
They would teach how to communicate online lessons.
Online lessons, yeah. And then when you meet people in person, you're pissing your pants because you don't know how to talk to them.
Well, you get angry because you don't know how to interact with people. So you don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to interact. Nobody ever told you no. So then when you don't get what you want, you have a temper tantrum and tear up all over the place.
We're seeing adults having temper tantrums like they're little kids.
Your mama never beat you.
Or what do they call it in the short? Infantile behavior. Remember that short? They had it on Riff Tracks. And they showed the guy on the high school baseball team. He threw the bat on the ground, and then he fell down. He rolled in the dirt and pounded his fists. That was funny because that short was from it was an educational film from like the 50s. I think. Yeah, that was funny. But that's where we are. That's where we are. We got a lot of people doing that these days, behaving that way. Eric says they came out with Stranger Things with Skeletor and Demogorgon 6-pack on eBay. I saw that they have
6-pack.
A 6-pack or 2-packs, or did they put them all together? Because I know they had like a joint packaging with some of those figures. Yeah, Kentucky, get the Switch. Go pick a Switch off the tree.
You use whatever's at hand.
You bring a little one. You strip the green part off a leaf.
Sound like the modern college students. Don't even start that. Let's change the subject. We get down a road that we don't want to be on this channel.
Johnny says some jobs require you to take first aid CPR, and it's a friggin' online class. How are you going to get hands-on training? I know, and both of us have had to do it multiple times, especially the last job where we worked in the mental health facility. But I've worked for the Juvenile Justice Authority. I've been the director of a daycare. I've been a school bus driver. And what I've noticed is that every time I've had to do the course, it's been less. When I took the original one with Laidlaw, it was like an 8-hour course. Then when I did it with Durham, it was like 4 hours. Then when I did it with Durham the second time, it was 2. when I did it for the daycare, it was like, I want to say, a 3-hour course. It kept getting to be less and less and less. And then when we did it with the mental health facility, it was online.
Okay, Robert is getting us back on track. How big are those Brave Star figures behind you?
Oh, there's 7-inch figures, I think, right?
Yeah, those Inhumanoid ones. It's some of them are actually pretty big.
Yeah, Brave Star.
Yeah, they're nice. I haven't gotten or heard from. I ordered the new one because
Yeah,
the
these
originals
expensive.
are way expensive. Yeah. So I got the new one, the Marshall. But it hasn't come out yet. Ramen toys.
Yeah.
It haven't come out. Everything is delayed, and that's another thing that's kind of turning me off with buying new figures.
You make you wait forever.
Yeah, you pre-order it, and then when it's due, it's delayed. It's constantly delayed, and it's delayed for like a year. So it's like, okay, I pre-ordered this, I bought this, or if you get it from Big Bad Toy Store or something like that, they take the money out when it arrives. But by the time you forgot all about it, you're like, oh shoot, I forgot I ordered that. Do I even still want it anymore?
Yeah, I know.
That's the one thing
How
they
clear
do
that's coming in
with these new toys. That's kind of really turning me off. Why I don't like it too much anymore.
Yeah, they got you waiting forever.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
Robin I'm not sure how big it is.
How big the Robin? It's supposed to be 1/12 scale, so it should be about 6.5.
Okay. Looks like a
Gorgonite.
What is a Gorgonite?
Shelby Rockstar says.
Hey Shelby, what's a Gorgonite?
That's Deputy Fuzz. I hated his character on the show.
His voice was annoying.
His voice was annoying. He was a stand-up character, but his voice was aggravating.
Yeah, Ramen is doing a lot of those figures. I mean, of course, they're calling it something else, but you can figure it out.
Yeah. Fantastic artwork on these too. Mm-hmm. That's some great artwork. It walks. Yeah, it walks.
Tex Hex got that's not Tex Hex.
That's his ride.
Okay. But Tex Hex got screwed over big time.
He did. I got 2 Tex Hexes because I have the bonus packs too. With that the backpack, because the figures are interactive with the pistol, and you can shoot the figures and they'll fall down.
How big is the Inhumanoids?
The Inhumanoids are actually 3 3/4 inch, but they're in these armored suits because you can, and people do that. They customize these. They pull the heads off of these and put them on Joe bodies because they're the same size. But this is just like an armored suit for it. But inside this package like this, he's about 6 inches tall. And then that's the human figures. There's only 4 humans, and then there's a bunch of creatures. Grab one of these.
Okay.
This Magnacore, for example.
We watched that cartoon. We watched another one that was
too fast.
No, yeah, it was real fast, but the music was ultra loud.
Was it Sectars?
Sectars.
Yeah, Sectars was too fast too. Great concept.
Yeah, it was a good concept.
Really good toys.
But the music was so loud you could barely hear what they were saying.
And the Inhumanoids, they come in like various sizes. They got a bunch of the animals, 2 vehicles, and then the deluxe figures. If you've never seen them, I can pull one up. They're on the bottom row. The deluxe figures are like 16 inches tall.
Speaking of figures, I bought several SH Figure Arts for a crazy deal on Anime. I'm talking cheaper than figures you find on store shelves here in the U.S. Wow, that's pretty cool then.
See, that's a deluxe one.
Move that out of the way. And you can see the head glowing.
That's, yeah, because the light shines through the top of their heads and it makes their horn and their teeth light up and stuff, and that's Metlar.
Those are some expensive figures, though. And that's the one thing about the older ones. Some of them can get expensive, and that's why Sometimes I'm about the remakes, the modern remakes, when the original is really expensive.
Yeah, and that's what I had mentioned in the last roundup, this past roundup,
soldier.
because
okay,
was the what was it, the Mega Man?
Mm-hmm.
Because Jada Metals is doing the Mega Man figures, and the original ones are expensive now. So to get the Jada Metals one, thank you, James.
Yeah.
To get the Jada Metals ones for $20 a piece now, and they're roughly the same scale. Yeah, I could see that, because to go and buy the original ones, some of them are well over $100 a piece. So,
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
why when Walmart did the reissue of the Transformer, I was happy about that, because to buy the original Transformers, they're expensive. They cost sometimes $300 and $400, but you can go buy the one at Walmart for $20. So that made it kind of like, okay, well, I have something. You know what I mean? David, did you have the real Ghost Universe monsters? I do.
She has that set.
Yeah,
she has that
I have
set.
those.
They're in the next room.
Yeah, they're on display.
Robert says awesome, and humanoids at different sizes. Thought they were all one size. No, well, they scaled them to how they were in the show, because they, small, medium, and large on the show. So they did the best they could with the line, but the show didn't get past 6 episodes or 5 episodes, because the toys weren't selling. And then there's an important tie-in. Who remembers? What is his name? The reporter from G.I. Joe. Who remembers the name of the reporter from the G.I. Joe Sunbow cartoon? See who's paying attention here. I'll give you some interesting trivia. K-Munin says, from what I understand, Jada Mega Man line is online only. Stores didn't want them. They would have sold better than anything Hasbro or Mattel. Yeah, they might have.
You don't find a lot of the Jada Metals figures in stores. I don't know why, but when I got back into figure collecting, I made a personal rule never to buy any new figure for more than $30. It has served me very well. Now I get figures for their real price on clearance. Yeah. I mean, you got to set limits to yourself. And I think that's what defeats people a lot. They get, feel like overwhelmed and defeated, because you see these things, and the price is just overwhelming. It's like, man, how do you keep up with Mondo? If you're really into Mondo, and right now they got 7 figures coming out, and you want them all. You can't afford it, and everything's going up. I can remember when Inhumanoids were part of a cartoon block with mass Bigfoot machines, Bionic 6, James Bond, Highlander, animated series.
Highlander, the animated series, that was weird. No, it's not Scoop M. Valorant. And Shelby says, let's see if anybody gets it.
Jane, J.I.
Nope, sorry. Nobody remembers that.
Don't remember his name. Just
he looked like Geraldo Rivera, and that's a clue to his name. His name was Hector Ramirez. I'm Hector Ramirez, and this is 20 Questions. Remember on G.I. Joe? Who Hector Ramirez also appears on, not just on G.I. Joe, but Transformers, Gem and the Holograms, and Inhumanoids.
Oh, wow.
And his presence ties all 4 of those TV franchises into the same universe. If anybody ever caught that.
Jada cars are starting to sell through very quickly. I'm glad it's popular. Starting to pick up, because they make good products. I got a bunch of their cars. I wish I could display them.
Yeah, so that's right. He says Jane, Lady J, Classified, came with a video camera. Well, the original one, I think, had a video camera.
Why she had a video camera?
I don't know. She never used it on the show. And Robert likes Visionaries. Visionaries look good too, and they're getting expensive.
To be on the hunt for the new Crow movie car in the Hot Wheels. We saw what vehicle we saw? Optimus Prime.
The Hot Wheels Optimus Prime. It's going to be $10.
Yeah. We saw that. Yeah,
We
it
showed
looks
that
good.
this Friday.
Yeah, that's the first time I think you showed Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I rarely show it. It's just that I thought it was interesting because it's Transformers. I don't show a lot of Transformers because I don't know where the hell they're coming from. Because it's not just, you got to remember, Hasbro has collaborations with all these other companies. So it's not just Hasbro making Transformers. It's like 10 companies making Transformers at all different scales. And I don't know who's doing what. And it's like, it'd be a whole Transformer show just trying to figure it out. And some of that stuff's real expensive. It's like insanely expensive.
Yeah.
You know?
I had thought about getting the Takara stuff, but then to look it up, it was so confusing. And then they got YouTube channels dedicated to explaining to you what all those numbers mean and how. And I'm like, no.
It's too much.
Yeah. It was way too involved. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing all that because I don't know what is what. And then some of them was called knockoff, and some of them was called something. I can't remember the other word.
Yeah, it's too much.
And they had videos explaining what all that means. I'm like, if you got to make a video to explain what all this means, is way too much.
Yeah. Plus, you got some really nice vintage ones, anyways.
And yeah,
Chicago. Oh yeah,
yeah, you got that one.
I have him.
Yeah, you got that figure.
He was a mail order figure because you got a slip inside certain GI Joe carded figure packages, and you fill it out and you mail it away with your price for postage. And like in 50 years, they'll send it back to you.
50 years. If you had to choose one, neither one of them.
Throw the piano players under the bus.
I mean, I listened to both. I wouldn't buy either one of their records, but I do listen to both. You know, I would rather hear either one of them before I heard any modern day artists.
Yeah, modern artists are awful.
Maybe Billy Joel. Playmates made some cool figures.
Yeah, Rustin is saying
Wildcats. Okay.
Plus some Savage Dragon, that's right. And Playmates did Ninja Turtles too. Yes, they did. And they were huge in the 90s, and they had some great toy lines. One of their best toy lines was the Exo Squad, and she's got a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, the Exo Squad.
The Exo Squad.
Yeah.
The artwork is good. The play value of the toys is excellent. They're great toys, and they're tough to find. Most of the Playmate stuff from the 90s, you can still find them to this day for a reasonable price, but not Exo Squad. Exo Squad's up there.
Yeah, you can find the Jump Troopers for under $40, but everything else is expensive. Every so often, if you want Exo Squad, if you keep looking, sometimes you'll find it on eBay going out for bids, and somebody's not bidding. I found one that was on bids. Nobody bid but me, and it was under $100.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to keep looking.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. They're okay. The thing with the interviews with a lot of these old school wrestlers, though, you don't know if they're telling the truth or not. That's the thing that always gets me about when they talk about stuff like that, because they're coming out of an era like Hacksaw and DiBiase and stuff. They're coming out of an era where everything they did, and even when they were off camera, they were in character. And so a lot of the stuff they talk about, they make up. And wrestling figures, Playmates. I think it was first it was LJN, and then it was Hasbro.
But Jax made wrestling too.
Yeah, Jax did too. Afterwards, I don't know if Playmates ever did any.
Okay, talking to him. Let's see. Does David have any Knickerbocker Lord of the Rings?
Not anymore. Nope. I don't have any now. Yeah, they're expensive as hell now.
When I missed out on Haslam Unicron by accident, and that burned me down, and that piece skyrocketed now. Oh,
you shouldn't have gave up.
Wow.
Shouldn't have gave up.
No, never give up. You get mad, box it up and put it in the corner. Just don't look at it for a while. But don't sell.
Shelby thinks that the new Beetlejuice film will spark the old toy line temporarily.
You know what I thought about?
And then it'll go back down.
You know what I think would be a good idea? I wonder if it would take off. If you did Michael Keaton, if you were able to get Michael Keaton, like Jack Nicholson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who played the Penguin, and you would get them to come back as their characters in a movie for one last hurrah. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like Danny DeVito. And they all came back in one Batman movie. All of the villains that played before.
Oh, you mean like villains. Adam West's Batman movie where every villain was in it and they were all out to get him?
Yeah. One last hurrah. I think that would be fun.
Like a Sinister Six kind of thing.
Yeah. I think that would be kind of fun.
And Shiny Haunter is there. He says, Shiny. I didn't know you got Grizzly Adams to do the streams. Oh, yeah? Here.
Yeah, we got him pinned down now.
There you go.
Hold
on. Mattel's Grizzly Adams from their TV series. Part of the Big Jim family. There you go. That's great artwork. Remember when they used to care? They used to care about artwork. That's some great artwork.
But I don't know if you noticed this in your area, but the wrestling figures sell horribly. My Target has dozens of them on clearance. Hogan's everywhere.
I don't know if we've noticed.
I noticed, but they're we only go to I was about to say Goodwill, Walmart, and I don't know what the Walmart has the same stuff. They're heavy on Ninja Turtles. Their Ninja Turtles section is like inching down. You know, it's just like expanding, and everything else is getting smaller and smaller.
And it's not moving.
No, nothing moves. No. That's the thing. Nothing moves.
Nothing moves.
So I don't know what's going on with the modern toy lines because Super 7 is clearancing out everything. Seems like almost every toy in the store is on clearance. Soon as they put it out, like a week later, it's on clearance.
Yeah.
You go to Entertainment Earth, almost everything is on clearance. Same as Big Bad Toy Store. It's like, do anybody care about toy collecting or the figures that they're putting out anymore?
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. It really doesn't. I think people are getting burned out, and then they're getting that bad taste in their mouth because of the prices and how the poor quality of the figures. So I think a lot of that has to do with it too.
McNichol says he can't stand the Mayhem figures. They suck.
Mayhem figures? What Mayhem figures?
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, the Grizzly Adam.
Yeah, the Grizzly Adam figure.
The Batman movie wouldn't take place in Gotham City. It would take place in whole actor's home in Los Angeles instead.
That's why you got CGI. And Graphic Man is here.
Hey, Graphic Man, how you doing? Us. Good to see you again.
Shelby says, do you think the Planet of the Apes toys will ever be worth anything? I like them, but it seems like nobody wants them. The original, it's the same argument I make a lot of times with the modern figures. People speculate about whether or not modern figures are going to be worth anything in the future. People who are purists about being interested in a toy line, ultimately they always want the original versions. They're the most desirable. Also, they're the hardest to find because kids back then opened them and played with everything. And nowadays, nobody opens anything. 95% of it will never get opened. It'll never get air. So there's all these minty perfect boxes stacked in people's closets somewhere. And you see a ton of that with the new Mego. The new Mego collectors, many of them, they go out, they'll buy the whole shelf. There's, Fonzie, I need 12 of them. And they stack them up because the original Mego Fonzie's worth something. That's because 98% of them were opened. And the ones that were opened are all played with and are all look like they've been through hell. That's why they're valuable, is because you can't find them. Not because, your modern one, they're all going to be minty perfect and flawless.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not going to have the same demand unless somebody's running them through a shredder somewhere, creating artificial demand.
I like the way the NECA one looks. The NECA's putting out the new Planet of the Apes. You remember you just showed that? I like the way they look.
Yeah.
They're gonna be in that box probably with the flap. Shiny Hunters having a hard time identifying a Big Jim and How the West Was Won stuff.
Yeah. Well, How the West Was Won only made 2 figures.
Oh.
Unless you're thinking of Zeb, or not Zeb, but what do they call it? There's another toy line that came out before that. This is hold on.
Yeah, that turtle stuff isn't moving, and it do look cheesy and doofy, and it's like people don't. I don't know. People just don't want that.
That's it for How the West Was Won. Was just these 2 figures. If I can get the
lift
glare
them up
off.
a little bit. Oh, you can do that.
I don't know. I can't see where they're at. That's better.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what's his name from Gunsmoke?
James Arness.
Yeah, that's James Arness.
Marshall Dillon.
Yeah. But there's another like Western line that predates this. They only made these 2, and there was supposed to be a special edition with Zeb with a horse and a 2-pack, and they never made it. It was in their catalog, but they never produced it. What was the name of that other line? I forget. It was also in green boxes, though, like these.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a Western line, and they're all part of the Big Jim family because they're Big Jim bodies and accessories.
Reston has to go to Walmart and Target because a lot of the figures that's on their website only shows up in stores.
Really?
Ollie's is they got every time you go to Ollie's you see those Eternal figures in there. It's not moving because nobody liked the movie, and then that guy didn't help it out with all of the stuff he had to say after the fact. Some of the modern figures will be worth something, mainly characters who don't have a vintage alternative.
And that's a good point.
Yeah. Big Jim.
Yeah, that's right, Big Jim. And Nostalgic is here. Nostalgic. Tell me, does that look like Linda Carter to you? I think it kind of. I think somebody was kind of not that part, but in the face. I'm wondering if the artist who drew this was using Linda Carter as a template. Not saying she posed for it, but you know, I just want to see what you thought about that.
Where are we in Dallas? Okay, so the competition is over. Bobby pulled out that last card on JR.
Yeah,
and he's the winner because JR was about to announce that he wasn't going to uphold his daddy's wishes, and
because the secret second will was revealed.
Yeah, and he was about to reveal that all he said to Bobby was full of garbage, and he wasn't going to do nothing, and he was going to uphold the original will until Bobby's contact came in there and said your oil wells came in. So you're actually the winner. So that's where we at right now.
No,
yeah.
Display name says he loves the new Mego. He also loves They Aren't Worth Anything. Well, they're inexpensive. They are inexpensive toys, and that's fair enough. And
thank you. CGC Great and Ruin Collecting.
Well, you know Arkham will love you for that. But thank you for the donation, Stone Sour.
A little bit like Linda Carter, not a lot.
Linda Carter,
he's the only person on earth think that look like Linda Carter. I want that record.
Oh yeah, this is factory sealed. This is factory sealed. We'll talk Nostalgic because we still have to chance. Oh, by the way, Nostalgic Pod Blast, check out his channel. Seriously, but you know, we are supposed to get together and talk about comic books. So we'll see. I'll put that on the back burner.
He never saw that record before.
Really?
Yeah, we saw it at
Battlestar Galactica.
Mm-hmm.
Battlestar Galactica. What does that say? They ever make Alfred Hitchcock figure? It's been done. I think it was done in 6 scale, wasn't it? Somebody did it. I forget who it was. I forget who did it, but it was done in 6 scale and it was stupid expensive new.
Alf is coming back. Wonder how animal rights activists will attack the show. They're gonna bring that show back.
He never did eat a cat, though.
Yeah,
he never did.
He always wants.
He always
to
said
eat
that he wanted to, but he never actually did. And when he had the opportunity, he didn't. He couldn't do it. He changed his mind because there was a kitten, and then he was like, "No, I never saw one when they were that young. I just can't do it." End of season reviews of the shows they watch, Johnny says. Oh, because we watch vintage programming.
Yeah.
I mean, we technically could. We just finished with Dukes of Hazzard.
But he said end of season.
Oh, end of season. I mean, I could do it if we finished a series. I think would be better, not season by season, but maybe if we finished a series, we might could do something like that. Sorrel, and the funny thing is too, the two biggest bumbling idiots on the show, Sorrel Book, who played Boss Hogg, and I forget the name of the actor who played Roscoe. Very seasoned, serious actors.
Yeah.
And very good actors and very intelligent people too. Sorrel Book, who spoke 13 languages fluently and worked for the counterintelligence for the army. Crazy.
During World War II.
During World War II, yeah. And also could speak like 6 additional languages in a mediocre fashion. It's like, you got to be kidding me.
After every season.
No, after every season, I don't know about that. Oh, yeah, happy Star Wars Day indeed. See?
Oh, yeah.
You have to have a Star Wars shirt on or somebody will pinch you.
What did you do for the day, Chance? Did you go to the comic book shop or whatever? That way you will remember. Yeah, see, my thing is I think I'll forget a lot of the stuff and get it all mixed up and out of order. Like stuff like Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider, it doesn't matter because they're standalone episodes. But shows like Dallas, is a continuous story. Did you know Bobby Ewan's brother Gary had a 3 3/4 figure, Gary Anderson's Space Pirates?
Oh,
I have the whole collection except for the car. Hard to get. Okay.
No, I didn't know that. And then what's that? Robert said Super 7 did Alfred Hitchcock and 3 1/4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
yeah. They did for the reaction
series. That's correct.
Leo says he's only worn each of his underoos once. Who is Leo? He said it was Leo. I can't remember the last name. He's unsure as to how many accidents he's had.
Oh no.
Have you seen?
No, she hasn't seen it.
What's SW?
Star Wars Trilogy, the original. It's a good story. The original is the best.
I don't care anymore because like I said before. No, I'm serious. Oh. When I was a kid, I wanted to see it. I really wanted to see it, and I never got to the movie theater to see it. And now, after looking, not looking at it, but seeing how many characters, I would only get confused. It's too many people to keep track of. And then it's like, who cares? I didn't live this long. I ain't seen it.
Shelby says there used to be a Toys R Us and Child World kid. I remember Child World. Who's the biggest, best toy place today? There isn't one.
None.
There's none left.
No.
Even Toys R Us in the end, even Toys R Us in the end was not a toy store anymore. 80% of the store was baby clothes and baby furniture.
Yeah, it was.
It really
was.
And bikes.
They had a big video game section.
And I remember, they did. And I remember when it was all toys. I remember being in Child World and being overwhelmed before Child World went under back in the 70s. Didn't get anything, but I remember being there. And Patrick says they got the new G.I. Joe Scarlet. Okay. But there's no modern equivalent in my opinion. And
there are no toy stores.
Yeah, unless you call it like Geek Squad or something, and that's just not the same.
Is Geek Squad even still around?
I don't know. I haven't seen one.
We only ever seen one in one mall. Now, with that said, we don't go to malls. We haven't been to malls mall in years, literally. But then when we did go to the mall, it was only in one mall, and that was far. But I wouldn't call that a toy store because it wasn't a standalone box store like a Home Depot or Walmart, because that's what Toys R Us was.
Yeah.
It was a standalone store. It
And
wasn't a store in the mall.
my favorite was always KB
Mm-hmm.
because they always had the knockout prices. They were
Right.
always on clearance.
I never been to a toy store. So
Johnny says Bob and Doug McKenzie need to get the beer bottle with the mouse in it. Graded and encapsulated and sell it. They could make a fake beer bottle with a mouse. That was a scam that they were trying to do on like an old Saturday night, or was it Saturday Night Live sketch or SCTV? Because I know they transitioned between them.
You will see what it once was, and sadly what it
you
has
have
now
to keep
become.
your heart where it was. You have to keep your heart where it was. Yeah, KB's gone, Child World's gone. They're all gone.
Yeah.
They're all gone. Spencer's, I don't know if there's still any Spencer's. I don't know.
There was the mall that we used to go to. There was one. I know how you feel. I'm the same way with being overwhelmed with the amount of characters in the movie. Yeah, I mean, like TV shows and movies, I have a lot of characters in it. I have to watch it more than once to remember who's who and where do all these people go and how they fit in. You know, my movie watching is very difficult. I'm not good. I'm getting better at watching movies and remembering and putting things together, but I'm used to watching those really, not too complex movies, because I would never really pay attention. Now I'm better. I am paying attention. And space movies and TV shows I never cared for because I couldn't understand why are they out here? What are they doing? Where are they going? I got into Battlestar Galactica because I saw it from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I knew what happened. I knew why they left, and I knew why they were where they were going. So, but Star Trek, I don't know what was going on Star Trek. Where were they going? Why were they out there? What were they doing? And the same thing with Andromeda. I couldn't get into that.
Yeah, I couldn't stand Andromeda
after a while
either. I tried.
Got on my nerves because it's like, okay, dude, you're 500 years old. Well, you die. Well, you awaken after 500 years. The Earth is not there anymore, and you want to go and take over. Take over what? It's not there.
No, it was the Union.
The Union, whatever.
He's trying to put the Union back together. He's trying to get the band back together.
Back together for what?
I don't know.
And where are you going? And why are y'all in space? And it's too much. I got too many questions. So I watch simple shows like Downton Abbey, stuff I don't really, because I ask too many questions, and it's it gets complicated. Were
the Toy Biz electronic talking figures any good? Reston says no, they were not. They were actually pretty stupid. I mean, if you can imagine a Toy Biz figure of the Hulk wearing a backpack with a button on it, when you press it, it says Hulk gets strong, Hulk gets mad, Hulk gets strong, Hulk gets mad.
Oh my God.
Over and over again. Serious? Yeah, pretty much. That's all it was.
Toys R Us, it was awesome. Let's see. Yeah, all of the book places are gone, except for Barnes & Noble. We haven't been in a long time.
Yeah, I used to like Barnes & Noble, actually.
Yeah, but Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth is in a store. It's an online retail, so that don't really count, Robert.
Yeah.
If too many characters overwhelm you, don't watch One Piece.
I've seen it. I couldn't get into it. I didn't like
Still
it.
Need to watch Back to the Future. I seen Back to the Future. I told you. I seen Back to the Future.
Which one?
I don't know, the one where he went back in
time.
And, no, but he met his mama.
Oh,
and
okay.
He had liked her and everything. He was like, "Oh God, that's my mom," and all of that.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Or she liked him. He knew who she was.
Yeah. Okay. Ted was in the Time Bomb episode. Okay. Knox Land in Dallas. It's spin-off of Joan Van Ark.
As we try to catch up a little bit here.
Yeah. Who knows?
Renard says, who knows, if we are lucky, we might see David and LPH action figures. Well, Pixel Dan got one.
Yeah.
He got that big bendy figure.
Beard is looking
He's
stellar.
a monkey. Oh, thank you. McFarlane Batmobile is insane. I think it cost around $100. It was more than that, wasn't it, when it came out? The McFarlane
Which
Batmobile.
one? Oh,
that thing was ridiculous.
Wait, which one now?
Was it the Batmobile or was it? Oh no! Are you mean the Joker Mobile, the one that they just came out with?
Yeah. Oh,
that thing was expensive.
No, I try to watch movies, but constantly looking online for
figures. And then Shelby said 3D printing replacement toy parts against the rules. For me, it is.
Yeah, David don't do all that.
Some people don't care. I do. I don't like replacement parts or recarding things or anything like that. I don't like to mess around. I'm a purist when it comes to that kind of stuff. Oh, my Meagle like is here.
Hey, Lou.
Hey, Lou. Lou, you got a live stream.
Hey, Thor.
You got Thor is here. Everybody's jumping in. I got it sitting right here, the Savage Crucible, because Savage Crucible sent me this figure, and I did an unboxing and a review of it. And it's actually a pretty decent like Legends scale figure. And this one is like a $40 figure, but they got cheaper ones. I think they go all the way down to $17, depending upon what it is. And at the time I did the review, though, for anybody who was interested, I did not realize the armor does come off and is interchangeable with all the other figures in the line. But
yeah, it's a nice figure.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised, and I was surprised they sent me one. And they said no obligation, whatever. And I was like, no, I'll unbox it and I'll take a look at it. It's pretty decent Legend scale figure, actually.
Kojak Night Stalker figure ever made? I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
That was a cool movie. As a kid, I couldn't watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, especially when they added the king and queen on the show. Talk about
okay, John.
No, it wasn't that bad. That figure review, was good. It was. To their credit, Barnes & Noble carry a lot of anime collectible trading cards.
Do.
Oh, do they?
And My Meagle Like says that figure review are badass. Thank you. And you can catch My Meagle Like on YouTube, and he also has a Facebook group. And I think he's doing, he said it. He's doing a live here shortly. I don't know if we could make it or not, but because we have something else we're trying to do in the morning.
Yeah, it's all early. Yeah, that's why I'm waiting for it to go on clearance. I got the Jet. Well, no, that's the Superpowers. You're talking about the McFarlane one.
Yeah, McFarlane.
That's right. I did the Superpowers stuff.
Yeah, she wanted the Superpowers. And Johnny says Barnes & Noble used to sell DVDs. Now they don't. Yeah.
They don't.
They had a big section. And David McNichol says, do you guys ever have a movie stop years ago? No.
What's a movie stop?
Is that a store? I'm thinking it's like a rental store. Or am I wrong?
Oh, let me guess. All Hearts, Horse Butcher thing. Both of my.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Give Lou a chance. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a wide range of interests.
Yeah, and he got a lot of toys that he unboxes. A lot of the same stuff that David does. So watch his stuff, and he does almost a live unboxing almost every day.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah, what's in the mail?
He does a collaboration video from time to time, and he invited me, but I don't know if I can make it tonight. Is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because we have to, we have something else we might be going to in the morning, so we'll have to get up early. We got to an estate sale today.
Yeah. No
she don't
vintage.
have any of the vintage ones. She's
I got that new stuff that's out. Just the vehicles though, none of the figures, just the vehicles. Go ahead.
And at this estate sale, which was insanely overpriced. I hate that. I hate when people hire a service to do their estate sale and the prices are nuts. And you walk around and you're like, I don't want to buy none of this. And you just know everything's going to end up at Goodwill on Monday because nobody is going to. Yeah, thanks, Lou. Nobody is going to pay this prices for it. Like she was looking at patches. They had a basket full of patches. And, she has her patch jacket. Oh, how much are these? $3. What? They're $3 a piece? Are you kidding? You just want to give them all away to Goodwill. Is that it? Sell them for a damn quarter and get rid of them. I thought you want to get rid of this stuff. What is wrong with you people? And they were selling records for $4 a piece. I can go to Value Village and buy records for $1. Why am I going to pay you $4 for a damn vinyl record? But I managed to get one for $2. It's a kiddie record, but It is the kitty record because this is Dr. Freaking Seuss from RCA Camden. And then you see Yertle the Turtle, which is, by the way, an anti-communist story. And then Bartholomew and the Oobleck on vinyl. And the vinyl is in real nice shape. And it's like, yeah, I'll take this for $2. Sure, I will.
Yeah, because it was 50% off.
Yeah,
no,
that was
Robert, I don't have the Invisible Jet.
It's on clearance
or
now.
the Batmobile. I have the Superman vehicle and the Bat Wing. Those are the only two. So I need two more: the Invisible Jet and the Batmobile, and then that'll be it for that. So.
And then Johnny says, take those tires and let Goodwill sell them, right? No, it was that was Value Village. That short. He's talking about a short that I showed because remember those tires, and people were like, "Oh, they're selling the rims, not the tires." And I hope you realize. And it's like, hey, did you actually look at the video, or you just running your mouth? Those rims were scratched as shit,
and it was all dented and chipped.
Yeah, they were dented and chipped, and the tires were shredded, and they wanted like $500.
Yeah,
or something.
and the tire was all bald.
And I'm like, oh my god, you got to be kidding me! There was one tire that was in good shape. The other three were shredded, like somebody was doing donuts. But
there also,
there's two of them.
The Brainiac vehicle. I ordered the Brainiac vehicle online because I don't know, because I just don't feel like the Brainiac one will be in the stores and go on clearance. For some reason, I think that one will sell out. So I went on Entertainment Earth and bought that one.
And there's another thing I found at the estate sale was, who remembers these? The little TV sets. If you grew up in the 60s and 70s, you probably remember these little TV sets. And it's got the viewer on the back. It's got the little eyepiece that you look in and you shine the light through. And it's like a Viewmaster, and you click the thing, and you can like look at the slides inside, and it's like color. It says in color, but you know they're all brown now because they're old. But that brought back a lot of memories finding that there. I wonder if you can even see it. Let me see something. Let me see if they can.
Oh yeah, you can.
Look at that, folks! Holy crap! You want to see the whole thing?
No.
Yeah, they do. Who wants to see the whole thing? See Dorothy and her friends. I didn't think that would work. Even the trees have faces. All right. The Tin Man gets up oily. Oh, wah, wah. I can't read that one. Something about the Cowardly Lion. Johnny says he wants to see it. The Scarecrow wants a brain. He wants a hat that'll fit that big head. Me, yeah, I know. Hey, good camera.
I know, right? I'm shocked.
Oh, where'd it go? Hold on. Dorothy and her friends in the balloon.
How many in there?
8. There should be 8.
Oh.
The Wicked Witch of the West. Time to Meet the Wizard.
And this is down a little bit.
And this is I know, well,
right there. Oh, right there.
Dorothy and her friends, and that's that's at the beginning. Look how big the Scarecrow's freaking head is. And then the lion looks like he's from the Banana Split show. Yeah, I didn't know if that would work. Look at that. But this is from the old Wizard of Oz theme park that was in like North Carolina. That's where this came from. But these old TV sets, this is how they worked. It was basically a Viewmaster. Cowardly Lion. Yeah. Just run those through again. The Scarecrow wants a brain. Good luck. How cool is that, guys? That's freaking awesome. I didn't know that would run. But yeah, these little souvenir things that they used to have in the 60s and 70s and even the 50s.
I remember Sound Warehouse. Yeah, that was that's when they had those big old record stores though that sold CDs and DVDs and stuff like that.
In my basement is like the TARDIS.
The TARDIS.
Well, we got the
David gonna show it. All of junk. We got to clean up. We got boxes all.
Yeah, she's got some boxes over there because she's doing some rearranging on her side.
Yeah, some redoing stuff. Yeah, but it goes around. So that's how it is.
Yeah.
The audacity to sell old messed up they sell all kind of
They'll
broken
sell anything,
stuff.
all kinds of busted things in those places.
And
They
it's
don't
all
even care.
Powers is a lot of fun. We watched the show. Didn't we watch Superpowers, the cartoon?
No.
Oh, we didn't?
I don't think so. No.
No, you know what we watched?
What was it?
Yes, it was. Didn't we watch? No, we watched Justice League. Never mind. Because it had the little twins on there.
Oh, Wonder Twins. That was season 2 when the Wonder Twins came in, because Hanna-Barbera can't do anything without trying to introduce an overly childish element. And so they came up with that. Wonder Twin powers activate form of something useless, form of something equally useless. And then they bumble their way through things and screw something up or get captured. And then the real Super Friends would have to fix it.
Any negative comments get to me. It doesn't matter. Because people are going to always say
there's
stuff.
Always somebody, and what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's nothing you can do about that. Just ignore it. And if it bothers you that much, just delete the comment. But people are going to say stuff. It doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter how much light you have, how much you clean, how much you dust. What you can have a $10,000 camera. They're gonna complain about the video quality. I mean, people are people, and they just like tearing other people down. That's just their nature. If they wasn't taught better, but they're barbarians.
No, these were characters from the theme park. They're they're not movie
so
slides.
They're not from the movie.
They're not from the movie. They're pictures from the actual theme park that used to be in North Carolina.
Okay.
That's what that was. But yeah, there's always the one, and I get them every once in a while. Somebody says something stupid on the video, and it's just like, yeah, whatever. Go watch something else.
No, he doesn't cross over.
No, we don't. It's divided directly in half. Right between the two tables there.
Used to be in the middle. Who's
in the middle of what?
No, I don't know what you're talking about, right?
You mean the camera position? Sometimes we move the table around.
Yeah, love your haters. They are all jealous. Yeah, they are. And then what you'll find out? The people that's going to give you all those negative comments, they don't have YouTube channels.
They don't have nothing.
They don't have nothing.
Yeah.
You don't even know if they have a house or if they're sitting in McDonald's on their cell phone just watching videos all day because they live out in the box in the back alley. So, I mean, you can't, I'm serious, you laughing, but you can't think about that because they don't impact your life. They don't pay none of your bills. You don't even know them. You can't see them.
Lou.
If he's still there, because he has to go.
Oh, yeah. Battlestar Galactica. The Battlestar Galactica soundtrack. Does that image remind you of Battlestar Galactica at all? Just asking. And then it's a wraparound cover too, because she's flying through space somehow, crawling through space, I guess. Actually,
he says no. I mean, messing around in LPH side of the room. No, he don't go over there unless I tell him.
We hang out over there when we listen to the vinyl records.
Yeah. Lou laughing at me because I said, you don't even know if they got a house. You don't. People be doing all kind of stuff. They live in their mama basement or they live in their childhood bedroom and it still got wood paneling on the wall. So nobody care about them.
Hey, some people would like some wood paneling nowadays, like that vintage 80s look for their home. That's what they like.
The porn.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Almost. It's getting there.
Those are the people that don't have a collection. Yeah, they don't have a collection.
They don't have nothing. Who knows? Who knows what they have? It's like, all right, you're such an expert. I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
You go and make your own videos.
Yeah, that's what you do. Sock'em setup, but the figures have no. You're gonna sell Rock'em Sock'em, and they don't have.
They
arms.
Lost the fight. They lost the fight.
Rumor has it Lou is going to be the master of ceremonies at Migo Meat.
If Lou goes to Migo Meat, he will burst into flames when he walks through the door. If he's not pelted with rocks first,
he's gonna be stoned in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's right. They're gonna burn him in effigy. Yeah. Lou.
They're gonna come out with these big old boulders and just throw it at them.
Whose side are the records in?
Actually, we took the records out of here. Well,
that's right. Yeah. We have some over there, and the record player is actually on her side.
Yeah.
But most of the records are upstairs now because we have a record player there, and then I've got another bin full in the office because I got a record player there.
Yeah, we had so many records, it was overtaking. So we moved them all upstairs. So the ones that's down here now are not in jackets at all. Because we had a bunch that weren't in jackets, but they were just in a crate. So those are down here. So when we in here listening to the records, we can listen to those to figure out, if we like them, if we want to keep them or not. But the bulk of the records are upstairs because it's just no space for it. So we moved them.
Oh, and Lou's got to run.
All right.
Glad you could pop in, Lou.
Thank you for stopping by.
And Stefan says,
hey.
He's in
Deutschland.
Glad you could make it.
Yeah. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello.
Johnny
hey, David.
Says, do you have the original Superpowers complete set on DVD? No. I have the first 2 seasons of Super Friends, but I don't have Superpowers.
Yeah, Super Friends. That's what I was thinking about.
Oh, that's what it says. Hello from Germany. He translated it.
Okay, good. Thank you, because we sure didn't know.
I wasn't sure, but thanks for joining us as we go on and on.
Yeah, we prattle on for.
But I've seen the 2 hours. I've seen the original Super Friends, which is fun. I think the first season was much better with the Legion of Doom.
Yeah,
Legion of Doom era was better. And I got a kick out of that. And then I don't understand the Legion of Doom. It's like, what is wrong with you people? Like the Toy Man, like the one episode where they kidnapped people from the Justice League and put them on the Toy Man's planet. Remember? You have your own planet. Why are you running around on Earth trying to steal jewelry? What the hell are you doing? You've got your own planet. Go to your planet and stay there. You have a planet. What are you doing? I never understood some of these characters and what they were trying to do.
You wasn't supposed to understand.
And DC said Giorgio Moroder put Donna Summer on the map. Nice final find. Oh, talking about one of your vinyl pickups.
I think that was her husband. I know she had married somebody, one of the producers or something. Yeah,
I don't remember. But yeah, we found some nice stuff at that show.
Yeah, and anytime I see records, I always just flip through. You never know what's
you never know.
So I always try to look around. Super Friends.
Johnny said, yeah, Super Friends is what they were thinking. Isn't that the very first show? Well, there's also earlier incarnations, like there's the New Adventures of Superman, which is actually from the 60s. I think it's 1967, as well as Aquaman, which both only had 1 season. And there's a Batman from the early 70s that's a Filmation production that has Batmite, and that's actually pretty fun to watch.
The one with Adam West.
Adam West did the voices, as well as
Dick
Grayson or whatever his name was.
It was actually pretty funny. Yeah, he probably was bored. But those shows, they make the villains so ridiculous. It's like, how can you be this super villain and you're just an idiot? They make them so doofy. That is the one thing I kind of like about the modern villains a little bit, because they're a little more sophisticated. They're not like bumbling idiots. So I think that makes it better. They did a good job with it in Johnny Quest and in Flash Gordon. They had some villains that that they could contend with, but the earlier shows, like you said, Superman and
those
Super
kinds
Friends,
of shows.
They're pretty
sillier.
doofy. Yeah,
they were a lot sillier.
Yeah.
And but there's other earlier incarnations. Like I said, there's the old Aquaman from the 60s. There's the Superman from the 60s. There's the Fleischman Superman from the 40s movie serials. I think there's like 10 episodes. Sometimes they call it the lost episodes of Superman, even though you can find them. Those are fantastic, and they're good stories. They're really well drawn, and the template of the artwork, it was the model for Batman the Animated Series.
Okay.
Because the darkness and the color saturation and things like that, that was a really fun series too, the Fleischman.
Yeah, we
Superman.
saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also Hercules from the 60s. Hercules.
Oh boy. Yeah, that
singer of song and story, Hercules. That was goofy.
Disney
it was goofy.
Star Wars shows, Mandalorian is good. Don't care for the rest of them.
Uh-huh.
We haven't watched
I haven't seen any of them.
We don't have Disney Plus.
No, but I haven't seen any of them.
We don't
but
pay
yeah,
for
the old Hercules animated show was fun too. It was kind of goofy, but it was fun. It was done by the same. It was, I think it was United Kings Features Syndicate, wasn't it? I think it was the same people that did Casper and like
I just recently
and those
finished
kind of
watching
figures.
that one last week. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the Fleischman Superman is pretty. I would recommend it. It's probably one of the best of the Superman shows that have been done. The original one. There's like I said, good writing, really interesting artwork, well drawn, good good motion. Because that's the thing too, is like you get this choppy motion. That's something that I didn't like sometimes about like Transformers and G.I. Joe. Sometimes it'd get choppy, it didn't flow good. And you can tell, you can see the frames popping or things that disappear and reappear, and it's just a bad continuity.
Like when they didn't paint on that girl's pants, and all you saw were her butt cheeks.
Yeah, they did it to Dr. Mindbender too. There's a couple of frames where it looks like he's standing there in his underwear. But like as opposed to say Filmation Productions like Fat Albert or He-Man or Brave Star, where the continuity is fantastic because they actually used rotoscope. Also, the Flash Gordon, because Filmation did the Flash Gordon in the 70s as well.
Lou Ferrigno played Hercules?
Yeah, I think he did.
Really?
In a live action, yeah. Played Hercules, and then there was that Italian guy, and I can't remember that one.
That's the one that's on Riff Tracks all the time.
Yeah, Riff Tracks does those a lot.
They are funny, but that guy is big and buff though.
Yeah.
But they are funny, and the stories are stupid.
Yeah, the stories are goofy. Stories are really goofy, but that's what makes it fun. Johnny says, I love the with commentary episodes. I actually take the time and watch those. You learn a lot about the creation of those episodes. Very interesting. Yeah. There's a lot of effort went into that.
Yeah.
A lot of effort went into those. And you don't see that so much anymore.
No.
But yeah, those are some ones I would recommend as far as those types of vintage superhero-esque cartoons. Aquaman is goofy too, though.
Aquaman. Yeah, with that Aqualad.
70s Aquaman. Oh yeah, Aqualad. Here, come along so that you can get in the way, screw up, get trapped, and then I have to rescue you again for like the 30th time in a row. You and Mira both. You had to just like put a chain on their ankle and leave them at home, both of them.
Yeah, because the animals actually do all the work. He was like, let me send out my little sonic beam or whatever he does to talk to the animals, and then they come to the rescue because Aqualad, I don't know what he does.
He gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
Or trapped or gets knocked out. The walrus is more useful than Aqualad was in those shows. I mean, oh, and who's that? David Nichols says have to go. Happy 4th. Yeah, indeed, David has to go. We probably have to go.
Yeah,
because we have to eat dinner.
Yeah, and then we're getting up early to go to another show tomorrow.
We might go to another show tomorrow, so we might do another film.
Yeah, it's kind of far too.
Yeah, so. But anyway. So we'll go ahead and sign off. Thanks for everybody for joining us.
Yeah.
Glad you could make it today. Oh, Tammy Carter, huh? Glad you could join us. Thanks to the people who chose to make a donation to the channel.
Yeah,
always
thank you.
Appreciated.
Yeah,
always helpful. Hope you enjoyed the conversation, and we will try to do this again sometime soon.